You can tell I'm a little bit OCD about the pillows. It's the Virgo. I just love pillows. They make me happy. Another little analogy. One of my clients said the other day, Cynthia, put that on your vlog. I use it a lot, and they'd actually shared it at a psychology class. One of my clients is a few of my clients are life coaches, and this one in particular was studying psychology, and she'd shared it at a psychology class, and they said, "Oh, that's really great. Can we use it?" So she said, "You should share it." You might listen and go, but whatever. I talk about intuition and the heart a lot. And these are all words that can seem a bit airy-fairy, about following your truth and listening to your heart and all that sort of stuff. And I talk about the heart being a GPS and the fact that we've all got to learn how to listen to our heart and take time out, which is what these vlogs are all about. Emotional fitness is about taking time out. You take time out at a gym to get physically fit. You put time on your calendar if you want to go for a run, or you want to go for a row, or you want to go for a cycle, or you want to go and work out with your personal trainer. You make time. And with emotional fitness, you need to make time as well to sit and self-study. It's not about disappearing up your own arse. It's not about, analysing until you paralyse yourself. It's about emotional intimacy, investing in the relationship you've got with yourself, like you invest with if you want a lover, you want emotional intimacy, you've got to sit and talk to them. You've got to show up. You want your kids to respect you, you've got to be emotionally intimate. You've got to sit there and listen to the music that they want to play you, that you just think sounds like noise. You've got to sit and watch the movies and be explained about the stages in the Nintendo games or whatever it is that make no sense to you because it matters to them. That's what intimacy is. And a lot of us get really good at doing it for others but not doing it for ourselves. And so when I explain about listening to the heart, I often sort of say that, well, for me anyway, this is just a little, and I talk a lot in word pictures, as you know, because they're ways to make external invisible things externally tangible. That's what stories are all about explaining the emotional rites of passage and what we need to do and how we need to get there. So I always say, for me, it feels like my heart speaks in instinct. The instinct, they say, what is that beautiful saying? Instinct is a spiritual faculty. It doesn't explain why, it simply points the way. And I always sort of say, look, our gut instinct or our heart's instinct, our intuition works like a set of traffic lights. And you get lights, yellow, red and green. Now, stop, go and wait. And when you're getting your driver's license, you know that you've got to obey the traffic lights, because if you don't, you won't get your license. And if you don't, you probably kill yourself or someone else on the road. It's just a given. It's universal law. If you're anything like with me, you sometimes go through a yellow light, and I'm always, it's always a good indicator with where I'm at with my relationship with myself as to whether I can stop at the yellow lights or not. And now, if you're someone like me that's a recovering addict, and I've been clean and sober nearly 19 years, but addicts aren't good at delayed gratification. And what happens is, if you're drinking or drugging, or you're doing any behaviour obsessively, compulsively, that's disconnecting you from your heart, you won't hear the signals. So it's like the heart lights get pulled out and you become colourblind. So you'll feel it, but you won't be able to determine what colour it is. So you'll get instinctive feelings, but you might be getting a red light and you'll feel a surge of adrenaline, but instead of stopping, you'll move forward, or instead of moving forward, you stop and you miss an opportunity. So learning how to stay connected to the heart lights. If you're drinking, you're drugging, you're a workaholic, you're hiding in exercise, you've got issues with food where you're perpetually binging and purging or dieting, if you're self-harming, if you're a gambler, or you're somebody that's spending as a form of weapon of mass distraction, if you're really indulging in any of those behaviours, you're not listening to your heart. You're using those behaviours to escape. When you come home to your heart and listen, you'll get these subtle feelings of stop, go and wait. And when we ignore those instinctive signals, we get off track and we do ourselves damage. And sometimes we just get lost in life, get lost in relationships, get lost in parenting, get lost. And then a lot of people end up leaving a relationship because they say, I want to find myself, and it had nothing to do with the other person anyway. They lost themselves. And if we stay connected to ourselves, we won't lose ourselves in relationship.